Tell you what, man.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Bwtm Sports. We are back in the house, and without further ado, we'll be bringing in Coach Chris into the house. Coach Chris, how are we doing, brother?
Man, we're doing good, man. We're doing really good, really good.
All good. Good to see you in the house. How things been?
Man, it's been okay, man. I had a little COVID scare, slight scare here at the house, but everything was fine. Yeah. My son potentially was exposed, but then it turned out none of the kids or him were. He tested negative, so you're supposed to still stay away for 2 weeks, so that'll be up in a couple of days. So I've been kind of bouncing off the walls here in the house for the past week or so here. So just grateful for everything that worked out well. So
I'm sorry to hear that's going on, but I'm glad to hear that things are okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So we're here today to discuss
Dubois and Joyce, man. I've been studying.
Listen, bro. I don't know where you're all coming from, but I want to hear what you've got to say about Dubois, because I ain't feeling it. I ain't seen it, no way, shape, or form. But I want to know, and the world wants to know, why you believe Daniel Dubois is the man for the job.
Joyce is ridiculously slow. He has to be the slowest world level boxer there is. His punches are so slow. I even watched him fight Usyk in the world champion. He's slow and he's easy to hit.
Yeah.
He's got a good chin. He does have a good beard, but Christ, he's easy to hit. And he is a big guy and he's long.
Yeah.
He's a bruiser. He'll walk forward.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah.
I heard somebody one time compare like Joyce to George Foreman.
I did, and you know I did. It was. I called. Wait. We got there in a minute. True. You just defend you. Don't worry about my boy. Don't worry about my boy's business. You worry about your boy's business.
All right,
talk about your boy.
All right, I'll leave this alone.
Remember, on Saturday, my brother, we will be face to face again, watching the fight live, and we'll talk again. Yeah. So you keep talking your boy up, and it's all good, isn't it? Don't worry about my boy. Don't worry about my boy. Don't worry about my boy.
All right, but for real, Daniel Dubois, is a much out of the two. He is a much better athlete. He is so much quicker, so much faster, so much more explosive.
Yeah.
His competition has not been the best.
Right.
Has not been. But it's kind of like, Deontay Wilder's competition wasn't the best.
Yeah.
But you know what he kept doing? He just would go in there and they put him in front of him and he would just run right through him.
Okay, stop right
I think with how easy Joyce is to hit, he's gonna get hit.
Yeah.
And when he gets hit, I think it's gonna hurt. It's all about whether Dubois has legit punching power or is he just punching a bunch of bumps.
Okay, right. Stop. I know you made reference to Deontay Wilder. Now the thing is, Deontay Wilder actually competed in Olympics. Your boy didn't compete in Olympics.
No.
Your boy didn't want to compete in the top level of amateur boxing. One. The reason why you're able to see Joyce get hit by Usyk is because he actually fought the top guys that were around as an amateur. Your boy didn't fight anyone as an amateur. Joe Joyce. Wait. Joe Joyce fought Usyk, Herkovich, and he fought the best guys in the amateurs that were possible. He went to the Olympics. What did your boy? What did your boy do? Who did your boy fight? What did he achieve as an amateur? Tell me. Talk to me about it. I want to hear his amateur accolades. Come talk to me.
He has none.
Who has he fought as an amateur?
I definitely don't know.
Okay, all right, okay, wait.
You don't know. So if you don't know, I really don't know.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who's your boy fought as a pro? Talk to me.
Okay.
I'm listening. How many former world champions has he fought? Talk to me.
None. Okay, but come on now.
Has he
Joyce
fought any? Wait.
Severino.
Has he fought anybody who's ever been in the top 10 or the top 20?
No, he hasn't.
Okay. So wait, you're talking about Joe Joyce is getting hit by all these people, yeah? But these people actually fought that have been in the top 10 at some point of their career. At what point in time have any of the guys Dubois fought been in the top 10?
You got me.
Wait, I'm still listening.
None of them. Not one.
Okay, wait. Big George Foreman he was as slow as anything. He was slow as anything.
He wasn't Olympian though.
And he was Olympian as well. Wasn't Joe Joyce an Olympian? Wait, hold a second. What did Foreman do best? He used to get you against the ropes and then club you with big shots. Did he not?
But I mean, Joe Joyce makes George Foreman look like freaking Pernell Whitaker. Okay.
But George Foreman also was a gold medalist at Olympics, right? So
George Foreman, you know, like that's a really high. Wait.
Hold on. Okay, Foreman. I agree about Foreman, but Foreman was plodding as well. He wasn't fast. He was slow. He was plodding. He used his cross-arm defense, and he took a lot of punches himself.
Joe Joyce doesn't look. I'm just looking at it from purely like okay, from an athletic pedigree standpoint.
But he ain't fought nobody. But how can you say? How can you say from an athletic standpoint when he's never tested himself by anybody who's hitting back on the chin? How can you say he's athletic? Frank Bruno was great. He had big muscles and he was athletic and he had big muscles. And what happened to Bruno when he got hit on the chin?
Okay, let's just take a step back.
Okay.
And let's make a similar comparison in another weight class.
Okay.
Now, Gary Russell Jr., his competition has been pretty bad because nobody really wants to fight him, right?
Yeah, but wasn't he an Olympian as well, Gary Russell Jr.? If I was correct.
He was.
So don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. If your man's not an Olympian, don't go there. Don't talk about it. The
timing has to work out for you in your career, man. Like Joey Spencer right now could be an Olympian right now, but he wanted to turn pro.
Dubois didn't want to turn pro. Dubois did not want to fight the Olympics. He turned away from that.
Yeah, he probably wanted to go make money.
Okay.
Yeah, like Joey Spencer out of Detroit that fights on PBC. Yeah. He's a 154 fighter. He definitely could fight amateur and beat the brakes off of people in amateur. But he turned pro.
I'm gonna remind you of another fight. I'm gonna remind you of a fight. This is similar to Gary Mason versus Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis was the Olympian. Gary Mason was the ABA champion. Yeah, do you know what happened at night?
Joe Joyce, you can't compare Joe Joyce to Lennox Lewis, man.
Lennox Lewis. Now he's rating Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis at the time has 15-0 and fought really nobody. I mean, he fought for the European title in his 14th fight or 15th
How
fight.
old was Lennox at the time? Because Joe Joyce is older. Joe Joyce is older than Deontay Wilder.
Okay, so that tells you he's been fast tracked. Yeah, he's experienced.
Well, I mean, he's old. He was like, look, if you're 30, 28 fighting in amateurs, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah. Let me ask you
a question. What are you doing?
Let me ask you a question. Yeah, your boy, when he got hit back on the chin by Richard Lartey, what did he do? Let me ask you a question. Another question. How many guys that Dubois has fought that Joe Joyce couldn't beat? And then let me ask you a question. How many guys has Joyce fought that Dubois be willing to fight and beat?
I'm going to tell you right now, Dubois, it doesn't, you're not thinking it right now, but I've kind of looked at both of their records for the past 2 years. I think Dubois can beat all the people that Joe Joyce has beaten.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. Bwtm Stavern, look, you like Bwtm, you know Bwtm Stavern. Like, you
okay, that's got nothing to do with it.
I mean, it had nothing to do with it, but I mean, come on, that's your guy.
Okay, but at least, wait.
Bwtm Stavern is finished.
That's okay, but that's a former world champion. You got hit on the chin by a former world champion who could punch. Forget what Stavern can do, but he can punch.
Bwtm Stavern is done. Like boxing is a sport where
the last thing a fighter loses is punch. And Joyce walked through those. He got hit with shots on the chin, clean.
Stavern, man, you can't tell me that was the same Bermain Stavern pre the first Wilder fight, man. The first Bermain Stavern has not looked the same since that 12 rounds with Deontay Wilder. I don't care what nobody says, man. Getting hit that hard, I mean, he didn't go down that whole fight. He ate all those punches for 12 rounds. And now that we're looking back on it, looking at these guys' careers after they fight Wilder, come on, man. He wasn't the same guy, man. That was like that fight with Wilder for 12 rounds, getting hit upside the head like that, taking all those 1-2s and left hooks. That was like being in 4 car crashes.
Wait. And also being dehydrated. And also being dehydrated in that fight as well.
That too. But I mean, you can recover from dehydration, but what you can't recover from is when you get Ivan Drago'd upside your head by the most devastating puncher since Ernie Shavers at that division. Wilder landed about 45 straight rights.
Okay,
he ate all of those. Took him like a champ. But you can't tell me that didn't affect him moving forward. And then obviously the rematch. I mean, I thought he was done after that. I'm surprised he still fought.
Yeah, but we can talk about that fight, and I can talk about ins and outs of that fight till the cows come home. That's not going to save Dubois.
Now, if he'd have caught Bermain pre the first Wilder fight, I think Bermain Stavern back then beats Joe Joyce. Easy, definitely. I think so. He is slow, man. God, he is like the fight with Usyk during the commentary, because I had the commentary down and then I turned it up. Because I got a message from somebody else. Yeah. And I heard in the commentary, God dang it, Joe, put your hands up. Usyk was just, ha. And he was just,
Wait, let me ask wait, hold on. Do you think Dubois would have done any different?
Against Usyk?
But hold on, Dubois has to be fighting those championship first, that level of competition. You also forget, I know you're talking about the Usyk fight. You remember the Herkovich fight as well? Or do you forget the Herkovich fight? And Herkovich is another guy that everyone's rating. And Joyce beat him.
I think Dubois, this is my honest opinion. This is just one man's opinion.
Okay.
I think Dubois is the best heavyweight in Europe.
Oh, Lord.
I do. I think he can beat AJ.
Oh, no.
I think he beats Fury.
Oh, no.
And I think he's going to show everybody on Saturday, man. Like, his competition hasn't been the best. But, it's one of those things to where, like, the best football player, American football player of all time, right? Just to give you an example. His name's Jerry Rice, right? You heard of that guy? Jerry Rice?
Yep.
You know what school he went to?
What school?
Okay, he didn't go to Notre Dame or Florida State or Alabama or any of that. He went to Mississippi Valley State.
Yeah.
A Division II school.
Okay. Yeah.
So he didn't play against the best competition, didn't have the best coaching, the best equipment, the best training, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But somehow he got to the highest level of NFL football.
Okay.
And proved himself to be not just the best player at wide receiver, but probably the best football player to ever pick up a football.
Yeah, but there's a slight problem with that. You don't play boxing. And when you get hit on the chin, funny things happen to your legs, right? And that's the difference between boxing and all these other sports. One punch on your chin changes all your plans. Let me explain to you. Your boy got hit on the chin by a guy called Richard Lartey, who we saw fight just last Saturday, who got sparked in 2 rounds by Fabio Wardley. And I'm going to give Fabio Wardley bloody kudos, Fabio Wardley. But I've said that Richard Lartey is pretty poor. I said it in my preview. He's a poor, and the big thing about Richard Lartey is because he hit Dubois on the chin, and people were surprised at how Dubois responded to getting hit on the chin. Yeah, so the fact Dubois got hit on the chin, the way he responded wasn't great.
It wasn't.
And he when you got these fighters that are very good when they're on top and throwing punches. Yeah, cool. But when the going gets tough and they start getting hit back on the chin, it's a different matter altogether. You see, when you sit them around the table and you see them talking, it's like boy versus man. You do boy in the corner, he talks like a boy, and he's like, "Yeah, all right, Frank. Whatever you say, Frank, I'm going to believe you, Frank." He can't speak for himself. He's like, "Yes, Frank, it's Frank. I'm going to beat Frank." He's like a little schoolboy. He doesn't. He's not mature yet like a man. He may physically have strength and stuff, but mentally he's not mature. And then you're going against a man versus a boy. There's a big difference. This is boy versus man. This is boy versus man in this fight.
I don't think Joe Joyce is it, man. I just think he's going to get in there. I mean, I tell you what. I don't see how he hits him, man. He is so freaking slow.
If Richard Lartey can hit him on the chin, and Richard Lartey didn't go to the Olympics, Richard Lartey is dreadful in terms of boxing technique. If Richard Lartey can hit him on the chin and take him into a dog war and make it life and death, Richard Lartey take you life and death, and that's not Joe Joyce hitting you on the chin.
Sometimes that's how it goes, man. Sometimes you play down to the level of your competition. I'm just saying, looking at both of them, you can't really look at both of them, the common opponents, because they fought them at different times, and obviously,
there's no common opponents because one is fought a much higher level than the other, consistently as an amateur and as a pro. It don't add up, son. It don't add up. The levels of opposition.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna
levels
see
of
it.
opposition.
I'm telling you, man.
Well, listen, I'm taking.
Competition, but
this is gonna be like
athletic pedigree.
This is gonna be like taking. Taking candy from a baby, and then afterwards you're gonna say you've seen the light. You'll see why I called him the British George Foreman. Dubois wins his fight center of the ring. Joyce wins his fight backing Dubois up to the ropes. And when Dubois hits those ropes, he won't know what to do. Telling you now.
I'm telling you now. These people from Verizon, my internet provider,
yes,
trying to get a credit on my account. You can't call them on the phone. They want to send you an app. And I'm sitting here. I already told one person what happened. Like, oh yeah, we'll get you a credit. Now I got to tell the story over again to somebody else, and it's in the chat. I'm like, what is this? So I hear you, Ingram. I hear you. Trust me. I understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? But at the same time, X upstairs. Come here. Say hi. It's my son.
Howdy. Good evening, brother. How you doing?
You good? Yeah. All right. Go ahead upstairs, okay?
Yeah, that's right. Dubois does not beat AJ or Fury.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. He's got. I like him. I like his fighting style.
You know, you have to listen. I've seen Joyce in trouble, and I've seen him get hurt in a fight and respond like a champion. When Jennings hit him to the body with that left hook to the body, and he hurt Joyce, and it was a liver shot, and he hurt him, and he was able to come through that. I've seen Joyce in back and forths. I've seen him take shots and come back. I haven't seen Dubois do that. And the one fight I saw him do that was against Richard Lartey. That's poor. The level of opposition is poor. He's fought nobody to prepare him for Joe Joyce. Absolutely nobody. It's Fujimoto the type of guy that should be preparing to fight Joe Joyce.
Nah, man, but they're gonna take him careful. They're gonna be careful. And I think when it's easy when you're
your boy's 23 years old. He signed a 5-year contract with Warren. If he loses, he can come again. That's what will happen. So you and Frank's the winner on the night anyway. So you will probably see someone like Usyk and Joyce too. But it's not happening, mate. It's not happening. You've got to learn your trade in this game, and I just truly don't believe that Dubois has learned his trade the right way. He's feasted on a bunch of guys that have just fallen down in front of him, and one guy threw punches back at him. He got concerned. So we'll see. We'll see. Vlad Tsarenko.
Tell you right now,
Vlad Tsarenko sparred both of them back to back.
That's sparring, man. That's practice.
I hope your boy, when the shots start flying, your boy don't go running. I hope when the punches go flying, your boy don't go running.
Well, he gonna see Joe Joyce's punches coming. He's so slow.
He's so slow.
Okay. So
let me see something.
Here's a question for you.
Would you call Brian Jennings mobile?
Yeah, he's a cruiserweight.
Brian Jennings.
Yeah, he's a
heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
That's heavyweight. Brian Jennings is not cruiserweight. He's a heavyweight. He challenged Vladimir for the champion.
He's a small heavyweight.
So okay, he's small and he's 15 and a half, 16 stone, right? 16 or 16 and a half stone. Okay, he's able to move around the ring very well. George also to close the range down and be able to hit Jennings. I look at fights like that with guys who are mobile, who've come to win. Do you understand? I look at guys that are mobile and how Joyce has done against them. If a man is slow, I determine a man's slow when he can't land punches on somebody and he can't get them out of there. But I'm telling you now, Joyce lands on everyone. I don't see Dubois not getting landed on. Dubois got no defense.
I'm going to tell you, man, he was in that fight with Lardy. He was bored. He was like, whatever. Yeah, you can make that face. I'm telling you, man. Like, look, when you're fighting against somebody, you're playing against somebody, and
this ain't Fight Night Champion. This is not Fight Night Champion. You make it up as you go along. It ain't Fight Night Champion where you push a few buttons and then let somebody hit you and you throw a few punches back. Bro, this is real life. He wasn't bored in there.
If you're in there with somebody, it's hard to stay dialed in. If it's a, I mean, come on, man. Lardy's a ham sandwich, man. Everybody's gonna beat him. He's terrible. How is he even a professional? Some of these guys that, like, overall over there in Europe, some of these fights that are happening, it's like
even the warm-up between Joyce had and the warm-up that Dubois had. Dubois should have been fighting someone like Wallace, somebody's big, strong guy coming forward. Joyce was playing with Wallace, and then he stepped up and took him out of there.
Hold on, I'm sorry. They sitting here telling me a tech came on a date and the tech didn't come.
Okay, all right. You sort that problem. You sort that out, right?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll hit because they're getting on my nerves. I'm gonna just get frustrated.
Well, just give me your final thoughts on this particular fight.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Joyce is entirely too slow for this kid. This kid Dubois is gonna come in here 6-7 rounds. End of story. Done deal.
Right.
I promise you. Joyce, if Joyce was that good, he wouldn't have been an amateur at 30 years old, bro. Okay? That's pretty old to be an amateur, bro.
Right. I'm gonna reveal to you what's gonna happen on the night. Joyce is gonna shock everybody on the night. He's gonna go and he's gonna box Dubois. He's gonna box Dubois from the outside and use the jab. Watch and see. Saturday night, he's going to box Dubois and then wait for the later rounds, and then he's going to take Dubois out. He's going to box him. Dubois come out to attack.
He better not. Because first of all, if he lets Dubois near him, Dubois is going to chin him.
Okay.
100%. He is far too easy to hit in the face. Okay. Now, I like Joyce's body attack. When he gets in close, he starts roping in those loops. His shots to the body don't seem as slow as his shots to the head. His shots to the head are just ridiculously slow.
Bro, all those punches Dubois has been throwing throughout his career, from amateur to pro, he's fought nobody. At least I know of Joyce, he's fought guys who have been faster than him, guys who've been lighter than him, guys who are probably technically more sound than him, and he's beat them. And Dubois, Joyce went to the Olympics, and that's a big thing. This is man versus boy. Man versus boy.
He is 38 years old. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, Dubois is going to send this kid home to sleep. I'm going to tell you, why is everybody bothering me now? I've been down here for hours working. Literally, like the day before Thanksgiving, I'm trying to get some work in and stuff. And like now the doorbell's ringing. My son's running down here.
Okay. Well,
what's going on?
Okay. There's a package.
Okay, tell mommy I'm on a live and I'll get it.
Okay, you gotta really get it.
Right, Coach Chris.
I'm on a live, okay?
Coach Chris, I'll leave you to it. Happy Thanksgiving. And your final thoughts?
Dubois in 6.
I'll see you on Saturday. Make sure there's no distractions, no excuses. No. Saturday night, I don't want to hear no excuses. As Joshua says. As Joshua says, no excuses.
I got Saturday my laptop right here.
No excuses, no technical hitches, nothing. be there.
No
We're gonna
technical
no
difficulties.
technical issues, no technical difficulties. Me and you are gonna watch the fight live. Yeah.
I've changed my training schedule. I'm training everybody in the morning. My son's
That's
got
right.
basketball.
That's right.
I'll be done training at like 2:00.
That's right.
It's
So
on
everyone can watch.
ESPN out here, I think. It's on BT
That's right.
ESPN.
That's right. So that's
Hey,
okay.
So hold on. So out there, this fight isn't pay-per-view?
No, but Tyson Jones is.
But Mike Tyson, Roy Jones is pay-per-view?
Yeah.
What?
Mike Tyson gets 10 million. I think Rory gets 3 million on the exhibition bout. It's a big pay-per-view, man. You think about it, you tune in to watch Mike Tyson fight. It's surreal. Some people weren't even born when Mike Tyson fought.
I can't even believe. Oh, I can't even. That's bullshit. That's BS. I can't. First of all, where did this fight get sanctioned at? Okay, Mike Tyson looks like he freaking goes to bed with a needle in his ass. Okay. How's he 60 and ripped like that? Okay, no. Okay.
Hey, listen, bro. Jess, it's one for the ages, man. It's one for the ages. One for the ages.
Hey, so it looks like Fury and Wilder are actually gonna fight. Didn't I tell you that was all cap?
You did tell me.
I did tell you they were not gonna fight in December, bro. I'm telling you, it's only getting started, bro. Once that fight is signed and sealed and they have a date and they have a press conference for it, it's not going to be fun to be a Fury in the Fury household, because he might have to sell some stuff out of his house, bro. He going to be working he going to be like Tyson. He going to be 58 years old fighting Asia.
Hey, before we close, let's talk a little bit about that. Those gloves, Reyes gloves that were not Reyes, Clay's gloves.
Oh my God!
The green gloves.
I tell you what, now Wilder has changed boxing. You know, as the face. I mean, as the face of boxing, he should be doing this kind of thing, which is actually standing up for the sport. Because you know what? While everyone's making fun of him and saying that he's crazy, now trainers are checking the heck out these gloves. And a young man last week got his career saved because he's the WBC 126 silver champion, or 130. And they tried to set him up. They tried to send somebody in there with no padding across the knuckles on the gloves. And, you know, the commission, they just take the glove and put it on the scale and weigh it and go, oh, it's 8 pounds, or it's 8 ounces, it's 10 ounces. It's great. And his manager's like, nah, let me see them gloves. Slip them on and no padding. And then what happens? The guy gets in there with regular gloves on and gets the hell beaten out of him.
Well, that breaks the theory that all these people that want to jump on here and say, "Oh, well, the commissioner saw it. The commissioner saw it." Well, that theory's now been busted.
I mean, commissions have never caught anybody. People act like cheating has never happened in boxing. People act like fights aren't in Vegas and in Macau, China, and there's not gambling, and that people don't take money. Like everyone's a Disney character now. All of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, the commission. Oh yeah, it's all on the level. Everybody who's watched boxing knows that something was wrong with Deontay Wilder from the minute he walked into that ring.
Yep,
everyone's seen him fight 44 times. He's never just getting pushed and thrown around the ring. He's an athlete. He's strong. He's explosive. I don't care how many steroids or whatever, because Fury also, and do this right after we get off and message me afterwards. Look at Fury in the Otto Wallen fight. Don't watch the fight. Just look at him walking around in the ring before the fight, and then look at him in the Fury fight. I mean, in the Wilder rematch, and tell me what you see. Just tell me what you see.
Well, I asked people to go.
Somebody gained that much muscle mass training for boxing after losing 100+ pounds. How do you lose over 100 pounds and then gain 30 pounds of muscle while training for boxing?
In my commentary, in round 3 of the commentary, I did state all these things in the commentary about how Wilder did not look right from round 1. I stated he didn't look right, something looked wrong with him, and I stated it in the commentaries. It's not I made it up. It was when I was live. I saw the analysis. I saw it.
Man, Ingram, I've been around too many people using steroids. I done played with people that used them. I done played with teammates. I done seen people shoot that shit in their ass, bro. Like I done walked into my apartment and seen somebody, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like, oh man, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's football, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's part of football. It is what it is, you know? And nah, man. You can tell, like looking back on it now, I feel stupid for not even really realizing this before. But like when he licked the blood off the man, you're not in your right mind to do some shit like that. You're not in your right mind. You're not in your right mind. You're bugged out. You're aggressive. You're overly aggressive. You're pumped up. It's too much, you know. And those gloves at this point, I'm not arguing with nobody about the gloves. If you're gonna sit there and look at them gloves and tell me that those gloves are on the level, all right. I mean, I've heard every excuse on the internet. You can't trust your eyes. I've heard you can't trust the video.
Yeah, but ultimately now the trainer found those gloves, similar gloves to the ones Fury was wearing. Now they've been examined. There's an investigation going on. I want to know what's going on in that investigation. And also this week was when we were meant to get the results from the hearing, right? From the court.
Yeah.
For that mediation.
They've backed off all of that, man. You know, I mean,
who's backed off?
Fury and we'll see. Here's the thing. Here's what people aren't understanding, right? Fury's got two promoters, one on either side of the Atlantic. You know, Frank Warren, Bob Arum, right? Bob Arum's tied in with ESPN. ESPN is the biggest entity in sports, you know, hands down, and they're also owned by ABC and Disney. Like ESPN is enormous. It is an absolutely huge platform, right? Mm-hmm. That's why you can get ESPN Plus and Disney Plus. You know, they're the same company, basically, right?
Yeah.
ESPN is not going to pay Tyson Fury to fight Ajit Kabayel at 3 p.m. when there's a college football game on. ESPN wants Wilder Fury 3. You know, like people don't understand that there's a reason why Matchroom has all these rematches. There's money in the rematches. There's money in the trilogy, right? So Bob Arum's like, all right, we're going to get this fight cracking. But for some reason, Fury and Bob and Frank Warren don't want it. You know, they don't want it.
They want the Joshua fight.
They want the Joshua fight. But contractually, they owe a rematch to Deontay Wilder, though, right? They signed a contract. They got the opportunity because they got the Wilder fight. And here's my thing. AJ has a fight. So if you fight a little bit later, I mean, look, you're going to fight where you can get the most money, right? Mm-hmm. You want to fight in England. It's a UK showdown. It's a big fight in England. And let's say it's the biggest fight in English history. Let's say it almost approaches 80, 90 million in revenue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's say it makes 100 million in England.
Yeah.
No, it makes 145 in America though. You know, it makes 170 or whatever in Saudi if, you know, they could find the right prince to pay for it. So, you know, it's about this money, you know, and I think these TV networks, I think that's really what, you know, while, you know, Fury not wanting to fight, Fury not wanting to risk the AJ fight, I understand that, and I can see that, right? But these television networks that are paying out all this guaranteed money, you know, and it just said something.
So how does the investigation work then?
Well, that's the thing, right? They had their contract, and basically how it was in the contract, there was a mediation clause, right?
Right.
The mediation clause says, hey, if we're not able to come to an agreement, we'll hire this guy, and he's somebody that we both agree on, and he'll mediate the situation. And if we can't figure it out in mediation, then we'll just present the facts in arbitration, and then he can make the legally binding decision as an arbitrator. And then if the arbitration goes through and then they don't like what happens either side, then you'd have a lawsuit. But the problem is, I mean, what leg does Fury have to stand on to say he doesn't want to have the rematch? You can't blame Wilder. Wilder initiated the rematch clause right after the fight, right? Mm-hmm. So you don't have to keep checking in. And how are you going to say, oh, well, you know, the fight could have happened in October. the television networks didn't want to have the fight. You know, like Wilder doesn't care about the fight when it happens, but Fox and ESPN care because they got to pay these dudes all this money.
And fans as well. They want fans coming through the turnstile, clearly.
I mean, you know how much money? I mean, that's the thing, right? Because, see, over here with PBC, they're not really big on shouting out how much the purse was and all that kind of stuff. We don't know how much money Wilder and Fury made from this fight. You know, I know that Wilder and Fury are above AJ in revenue right now. Really? I know that fight was the biggest fight of all of 2020, you know. So, and plus, Fury and Wilder both fought twice last year, right? They both fought, May and October, and then Fury fought June and October, and then he had the WWE thing. So these guys are making money, man. And look, you can't tell me why Fury doesn't want this fight, bro. He's the winner. He's the A side, so he gets like 60% of the pot, right? 60% of a U.S. pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Ingram, and this is something that people don't really understand that are on YouTube and that aren't in America, bro. But I mean, anybody that knows anything about boxing, if you ask them about what happened in that fight, everyone says that Tyson Fury cheated. Everybody. I was talking to my mom, and she said that Tyson Fury cheated. My mom don't watch no boxing, but she knows that Tyson Fury cheated because her next door neighbor that's a boxing fan told her that Tyson Fury cheated. You know what I mean? Like, his reputation is mud in this country, bro. And I mean, he needs to really think about not just his money, man, but his reputation after this. Because, like, you know, you got to do it the right way. You got to do it when it counts. It's all about when it counts.
Well,
you know?
We'll soon find out.
Yeah.
You will soon find out. We'll soon find out, because if this fight is taken, the third fight, and gloves are checked and all the rest of it is done this time round, then we'll see. Because
in 3 rounds, Wilder's going to kill him. Wilder is going to beat him. I think, honestly, he'll get tapped on the head, dropped, and not get up. I don't think he wants any. Look, to see this guy last week had these gloves shipped in with no padding in the knuckles, and that's what the hustle looks like now. It's not looking like they're altering the gloves in the locker room. It's looking like the gloves come altered already. Okay? And I mean, Pathin Sports, the WBC, who sanctions Pathin Sports, they're going to have to explain why they're sending gloves with no padding in the knuckles to a heavyweight championship fight in America. You know? So, you know, I don't know if there's going to be some kind of civil lawsuit afterwards, because you can't do the civil lawsuit and then try to fight him. You got to fight him and then do the civil lawsuit. So I think Wilder's going to come back for what's his, and then he's going to probably try to sue. I mean, you can't, like, we just saw the scam. And that's what makes it so crazy and so brazen is everybody on the internet is talking about Deontay Wilder and these fake gloves. And they still sent some gloves, and I mean Ingram, the A and the B pair of gloves, bro. And they still sent gloves with no padding in the knuckles. So this isn't just about Wilder and Fury. This is about corruption and manipulation by sanctioning bodies and the glove companies that are working with them being under scrutiny. Because, I mean, honestly, all these guys should be wearing one brand anyway. They all should be wearing Everlast. Why would you not wear Everlast gloves?
What about Reyes, the puncher's gloves? If you're a puncher, you want the Reyes gloves.
I don't want you to wear puncher's gloves. I want you to wear any glove should be puncher's gloves.
Yeah, but you know, I'll tell you, I can tell you now that if you're a puncher, if you're somebody who's a puncher, you want to feel. There's a feeling you have when you land in shots and feel comfortable. And when you've been working out and you've been training, you're ready to fight, and you put them gloves on, puncher's gloves on. There's a different feeling on it. You feel you've got this is what you work with. It's like me coming and telling you in American football, I might say to you, I don't know, you might have a favorite set of gloves to lift weights with or do exercises with, and I turn and tell you, no, you can't wear them gloves, bro. See, them puncher's gloves are nice, man. You feel them.
In football, bro, there's one ball. There's one ball in football, Ingram. It's called the Duke. The Duke. It's the same brands, the same style, the same color, the same ball. We don't, in the NBA, they use the same basketball. In baseball, they use the same balls, the same company. I'm just saying, if these companies are going to be sending out gloves with no padding on them, why are they in world championship fight?
There was another thing that Wilder said something about Jay Diaz and the egg cup, something like that. He approved it.
The what?
Something that Jay Diaz approved, which allowed him to have that shape on his forehead or his side of his head. He approved. Jay Diaz approved something, and Wilder was crazy. Wasn't happy about it.
The gloves.
Something he approved. They're saying Wilder was furious with Jay Diaz because he approved something he shouldn't have approved. He shouldn't have allowed to get ahead with it.
Well, I mean, if Fury's gonna be in there trying to get every advantage and cheat like a bitch, like he's a sucker, yo. Like, I think Daniel Dubois can whip Fury. I have no Can I tell you the amount of respect that Fury has lost? When you are talking about, and I mean, this might be a cultural difference, okay? Because maybe over in Europe it's all right to cheat. I tell you right now in America, like if I go back home, right? I'm from East Baltimore. I go up on Harford Road where I'm from. I got some cats out there, some homeboys. They shooting craps. Got a crap game going, right? Let me go out there and cheat. Ain't gonna be no more live streams, Ingram. Somebody gonna shoot my black ass. We don't do cheating around here, bro. You look. You can do a lot of things.
It's like when you have a fight with someone. I mean, back in day in school, you have a fight with someone, and it's a fist fight, 2-man fight. One of the man comes along and starts bringing weapons with him, or getting knuckle dusters and stuff like that. No, and it's not on. So then everyone jumps in and beats that guy up afterwards. It's not a fair fight.
This is the game we're playing. We're playing boxing.
It's about certain, yeah.
And I mean,
it's rules.
Did you see his manager or his trainer? What Ben Davison came out with the floppy glove he holding. Like, I'm sure Fury's lawyers are like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, your man Ricky Hatton was like, pull the glove up. Like, yeah, you're cheating. Why we gotta pull you? Why we gotta watch your gloves? Why we gotta watch your gloves? We gotta watch your steroid test. We gotta watch who you're hanging out with, because you might be, swindling great gear off these bodybuilders. Oh, well, we got to check these gloves because Fury gonna play with the gloves. We got to make sure we check every damn thing with Fury. He sucks. If you're any good, you just put the gloves on and fight, bro. But I tell you what, he saw the light when he got. He didn't want no more problems with that. And I'm not assuming. I mean, obviously something was happening to Wilder in the ring. Whether he was drugged, I'm pretty sure that Fury would know nothing about that. But he got in that ring. He put them gloves on and warmed up with him, and he knew that there was no padding there. And we got his man Asbury on Instagram just, hey, this is what Tyson Fury's doing. The man's a scumbag. And he is going to get found out. He's going to get the brakes beat off of him. And I can't wait to see it. Him trying to run away from this fight tells you everything you need to know. If it was so easy and you did it on the level, why would you run away from the rematch? If you actually could do it
Listen, I think I'll say this much. The proof of the pudding, right, is if the third fight is accepted, Fury doesn't pull out of the fight for injury, doesn't pull out of the fight because he's had a mental breakdown, and he takes a fight and he gets in the ring and his gloves are checked and does everything the right way, then no excuses, and they fight, and if Fury can still outbox Wilder again in a third fight.
Why are you going to outbox him? Why don't he just walk up on him and beat him up again?
Or walk up on him if he does the same thing again.
Yeah, the same thing he did. Yeah. 12 rounds, we can go 7.
Yeah, so let's see that. Let's see him do that again. Let's see him go do that again.
He won't.
So let's see him do it again. As far as I'm concerned now,
I personally don't think he's going to fight him. I personally think he's going to drop the belt and try to fight AJ.
That would make sense.
That would make sense.
That would make sense, but he'll have a problem if AJ gets beat by Pulev. They'll have a problem there.
Pulev is another caveman. I don't know if Pulev. Again, I'm just looking at the genetics of the situation, man. Pulev is a Neanderthal, bro. I don't really see how he can compete with AJ. I'm not the biggest AJ fan, But I think AJ wins that fight. But Fury, I mean, I don't really have any respect for Son. I just want to see him get in there and get beat up. You know, like for him to be that scared and that chicken shit to get in the ring with loaded gloves, that tells me everything.
I will say this much.
6'9" and scared of everybody.
I will say this. I will say this much. That the third fight has to happen, and whether we'll see that third fight will depend on whether, after the decision's made, Fury drops the belt to go and fight Joshua. I think the third fight will depend heavily on whether AJ beats Pulev.
Well, if AJ loses to Pulev,
if AJ loses to Pulev, then there's going to be because then there'll be the automatic rematch. Right. Then we look at that. That means then that Fury would have to turn back and look at that fight. What's that?
It's a mandatory.
Who's the mandatory?
AJ and Pulev.
Yeah.
There's an automatic. I didn't know the IBF gave automatic rematches in.
I don't know, but remember on Hearn always gives automatic rematch. Yeah, he's got the matchrooms.
Rematch room. We'll have that locked in. Yeah, they will.
So bear that in mind. So if Pulev were to upset Joshua, so then the only way I saw that happening is if Fury doesn't want to fight Wild in the third fight, what he could do is say, all right, fine, sign the contract. Joshua beats Pulev. And then say, right, you know what? I'm dropping WBC belt. Nothing to do with WBC. I've won all the belts. Let me go and fight Joshua.
And I tell you what, Ingram, if that happens and the UK fans are good with that, you will be the only person that lives in the United Kingdom that I will talk to. Because that is
UK. Listen, no, because watch. And they will say that he's already beat Wilder. It's all about Joshua.
Yeah, if they let that slide. If they let that slide, y'all can have that fight, man. That's some weak shit.
That's narrative. You know that narrative.
And you know what? And that's why boxing is where it's at. Because boxing is a back page sport in this country. Okay, I can promise you right now, we got this Tyson Roy Jones fight, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. No one gives a shit. Okay, everyone cares about Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Who's going to sign with the Lakers in free agency? You know what I'm saying?
What about the UFC?
UFC has their own fan base, but when you're talking about major sports in the United States, it's the NFL right now. Alabama's number one in the college football playoff. Who's going to play with LeBron James? What super teams are happening? The NBA draft just happened. I mean, boxing, nobody cares. Like, these guys aren't making the money that Evander Holyfield was on in the 90s, bro. So, you know what? The WBC in boxing. And you know, I love the sport of boxing, but that's corny. That's so corny. And if they let him cheat, run off like that, well, it is what it is.
Okay. Listen, look, they can easily say that's a narrative. They'll say the cheating, how they brush it under the cup. Say, look, the cheating's a narrative by X, Y, and Z. Don't worry about that.
There's no way we're gonna let.
We're going ahead anyway.
Hardcore fans drive the sport. You know what I'm saying? Hardcore fans drive the sport. Because most people aren't paying attention to boxing. So if they ask somebody who knows something, they're going to tell them what happened.
You know that boxing, for the most part, is supported by personalities, not by actually the facts. People support personalities until those personalities get laid out unconscious.
Boxing, though. But they cheated the biggest name in boxing.
It doesn't matter. People celebrate.
The media can say whatever they want, but Wilder is the biggest name in the sport. Fury can't sell a fight. Fury fought in Las Vegas. He had 1,100 people buy tickets.
Yeah, we know that. We know. He doesn't sell big tickets in the UK either. But
because he's a born fighter. That power that he just, and here's the thing that just blows me away. Like, out of all the things that people get suspicious over other people about, right? If a black guy gets shot in the streets by the cops, first thing everyone asks is, well, what did he do? And blah, blah, blah. And what happened? And here's his rap sheet. And he sold weed to somebody in 10 years ago. And they put his mugshot on the screen. You got a boxer who's been caught cheating multiple times in the past, who never been able to punch. And all of a sudden, one day just decides, you know what? I believe I'm a power puncher. So I'm going to become a power puncher. And he punches a hole in the side of someone's head. And everyone just goes, oh, yeah, well, you know, yeah. there's no reason for us to think he didn't cheat. You know, he punched straighter. Sugar Hill's a great trainer, despite the fact he's never trained anybody we know of. Or yeah, he just his technique was better. That's why he gained weight, even though Butterbean was 500 pounds and couldn't punch. But you know what? All the reasons and excuses that people are making for Tyson Fury to have this win.
You have to remember. You have to remember we're in a world where a guy who's been caught 3 times with PEDs in Alexander Povetkin is still fighting on pay-per-view. All right.
Right.
But the promoter's signs it's okay. You got Jarrell Miller who's been caught 3 times and he's been banned. So it's the hypocrisy within boxing. All right, it's hypocrisy in boxing. That's what we're dealing with.
The problem is Fury isn't the guy. Even with steroids, look, he can't do that. Like, that was fake. Even if he was able to recreate a little bit of that success, okay, that wasn't real. That was a facade, man. He was jacked up to the gills. He had loaded gloves on. And Wilder was drugged.
Well, you know, the third fight.
In the first fight, so here's what kills me, right? In the first fight, Wilder chased Fury around the ring the entire fight, right? Fury didn't throw a punch that landed that looked like it hurt until round 5, right? Wilder landed all the punches the first 4 rounds and knocked him down twice. One of the knockdowns should have been a knockout, should have stopped the fight. But somehow the fight's ruled a draw. Somehow Fury did this great boxing display despite not landing any goddamn punches that hurt. And then, and this is something looking back on it, right? Fury barely landed any punches in the fight, but Wilder was still lumped up. Why? Because he was cheating, right? He had the wrist with the glove. He was hitting him with his bare knuckle on the side of his head, right? So he was making it harder for Wilder to get to him because he was making it harder to judge distance.
Is this the first fight or the second fight?
That level, Ingram, that much extra real estate is huge.
Let me ask a question. Was that the first? Are we talking the first fight or the second fight we're talking here?
The first fight, when he went in there,
listen,
Wilder chased Fury around the entire fight.
Listen. If there was cheating going on in the first fight with Wilder's team, they're blasted idiots, right? To allow him to fight the man a second time and allow the man to cheat again, so they're idiots. The whole team needs to be fired.
And this is the thing, Ingram, and this is what happened, Ingram, with COVID, man. We had time to look. See, we wouldn't be here if there wasn't COVID.
There was a second fight. If you know a man cheated the first fight, why would you fight a man? Look at Fury's team when they dealt with Klitschko. They knew they checked the ring and they knew what was going on.
Yeah, man, we're fucking cheaters, man. So they check everything. Like, look, when you're in that dirty game playing like that, you're gonna make sure you're gonna check extra hard and make sure. Now, look, was Wilder naive? Yes, obviously.
No. Wilder was like his team were naive. Either they were naive, or they knew what the hell was going on.
And I'll say this too, right? Miguel Cotto's team, were they naive? With Margarito?
Probably. Or not experienced.
Margarito was my boy when he was coming.
But hold on. Sugar Shea Mosley, and what's his name?
Well, he had Richardson, man.
Right. So that's why you've got trainers.
I was talking close with Brother Nassim, and he told me the reason why Brother Nassim called it. First of all, you got to understand, these guys in boxing, like Wilder's on the outside, man. Like Brother Nassim, like these guys are in the circle, bro.
You're talking about old school G's and guys like George Foreman. Those guys have fought back in the day. They know what it is.
People talk. And people were saying something was up with Margarito. Like, something's up with Margarito in these gloves. Like, Margarito, he wasn't hitting like that 7 years ago when I seen him fight, and he couldn't punch like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is Margarito all of a sudden punching like that? So Nassim came in thinking, yo, let me make sure I'm checking everything, hands down, right? He goes into the locker room. The man's his hands was already wrapped. You're supposed to wrap the gloves in front of him, though. You know what I'm saying?
I want to mention one thing. This guy Kevin Jenkins talking about the 2-year layoff. Does he know why Fury had a 2-year layoff? Does he understand why Fury had a layoff? The people skip over. I didn't say that.
Steroid
Why
ban.
did he have a 2-year layoff? Why did he have a 2-year layoff? Forget that he came back and he. What about the 2-year? Why did he have that 2-year layoff? Was it because
they think he was sunning on the beach, brother. Like my man for the steroid test, I had a 2-year ban. Had a 2-year ban. That's why he
listen. All I can do is work with what's in front of me. All I can do is work.
I just you know, it's terrible, man, because you know, it's not like I followed Tyson Fury's career. You know what I'm saying, Ingram? You know, and I watched the Klitschko fight. I watched the Cunningham fight. I didn't necessarily like how the Cunningham fight ended. I thought that was pretty dirty, but you know, I was willing to say, all right, well, look, man, he gonna fight Klitschko. I thought Klitschko was gonna get him. It was a boring fight, and then he just disappeared. You know, so when he came back and Wilder was gonna fight him, I'm thinking, hey, man, you know, I'm giving him a lot of credit here. Like, hey, he did beat Klitschko. That fight was boring as all hell, and he can't punch for shit. But you know what? Interesting fight. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, he lay off because he had drink and drug problems and mental health problems.
Oh, yeah? That's what's up. I didn't make it to the NFL because I had a drinking and drug problem and mental. Like, come on, man. Like, get out of here. Come on, man. Yo, my man straight up just, he's a cheater, bro. It is what it is.
There was a story that UCAD were after him still after that, and then that's why he went to. There's a story about, I don't know, the story is he went to America because UCAD was still chasing after him, and the situation with the farmer.
He dropped his license because the farmer came out. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, we got a lot of people that don't do any research, and they're on the other side of the country, so they don't know. They don't know that Wilder's been fighting on Showtime for years now. And a million people watch him on Showtime, which is a premium network. You know, they don't understand that Wilder's a household name and that everybody that anywhere you go, you talk boxing. Oh, Wilder, yeah, Wilder, whether they like him, whether they don't think he can fight or whatever, they know who he is. People have no the hell idea who Tyson Fury and AJ even are in this country, bro. Like, they don't know.
They will do now because of UFC 4.
Yeah, man, but ain't nobody playing UFC 4 like that, bro. Like, I can tell you right now, man, if you're talking games on the gaming systems, man, cats are playing FIFA.
Fury had a fake self-inflicted mental health, but never seen any real rehabilitation. Cut the crap fairy tale.
Also want to know where he went for his rehab. If he had a drug problem, where'd he go for rehab? So for right? He should go back there and give out some hugs and say, hey, Miss Sally, thanks for helping me beat my addiction, right? It's a bunch of BS, man. It sounds nice. It sounds nice to really think that, but all you have to do is look at the fact that he got into the ring with the gloves on and realize that you're dealing with a scumbag, bro. That's all. You know what I mean? And like, I mean, it's going to end up how it's going to end up, man, but karma's real. And you can't put that kind of energy out there and expect to get good in return. So I can tell you right now, that AJ Fury fight, it's gonna turn to ash in y'all mouth over there, bro. Telling you, it's not gonna happen.
Watch this, he did the rehab himself.
Hey, man, if Fury gets in the ring with Wilder absolutely decapitates him inside of 3 rounds. I don't think he's gonna kill him, yo.
The mental health hustle was a cover up for his PED ban. You hear this one? The mental health hustle was a cover up for his PED ban.
Yeah, exactly. Because they couldn't come over here talking that PED stuff in America, because if you get caught on the PEDs and you're not playing football, they're gonna just rubbish whatever you do. They're gonna just rubbish you, yo. In every sport but football, you get caught with PEDs, it's a wrap. You're done.
I'm going to have to stop because I've got to go and do another show. But thank you so much, Coach Chris.
As usual, my friend, thank you for having me on your platform. I really appreciate you.
Saturday night, I'm looking forward to
roast it, man. Yeah. Can't wait, man. Hold on. So let me make sure I got it right. So what time, your time, does the show start? It's the main event. So the show starts out there at what, like 8 o'clock, right?
Probably about 10 o'clock the fight will be.
10 o'clock. So that's 5 o'clock here.
Yeah, about that time, I think.
So I'll make sure I'm back by 4.
I'll be locked in.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Dubois You're talking bad about my boy. I'm telling you, man. Slow Joyce has got a problem. He's too slow.
Slow Joyce.
He's slow, man. Like, there's athletic levels at this, bro. And he is just too slow.
Okay.
You know he's slow.
Okay.
Oh,
okay, bro. Okay, bro.
Oh,
okay, bro.
Here comes the left.
Okay, bro.
Here comes the left. Here's the jab.
How about?
Here's the hook. Oh. Oh, body shot coming your way. Oh, here comes the drive.
Bro, we'll talk. We'll talk, bro. We'll definitely talk.
Hey,
man, you are. Hold a second.
Appreciate you having me, dude.
Thank you, bro, as always.
Hey, and you UK cats over there, it's all love, man. I just be talking smack. It's all love. I love y'all too, man. Y'all cool.
Absolutely. Let's get this. Exactly. That's what people don't understand. He's a silver medalist. Let's get this going. Let's get that there. And let me come out here. Let me do this. And right, I'm going to end the show for us. Let's get the share screen going. Let's get us going. Let's end the show. Yeah, hell yeah.
Right, hey, yo, the intro was live, bro.
I know. I love it too.
Intro's fire, dude.
Let's get to it.
Outro.
Outro.
Yes, sir. Fire.